But I would like to start with Israel soap opera. This week we saw the prisoners exchange, and two things that call a lot my attention. Well, one of that, I will start with that because it's just funnier. The Israeli official page on X, Shitter, posted. Yep. I don't know if you saw it. They posted that they released a guy that was a 3-time suicide bomber and was serving 35 life sentences.
But 3 times he was a suicide bomber?
3 times.
Yeah, the boy wasn't very good, was he?
It seems like he killed 35 people except himself.
Yeah, what was his name? Felix the Cat? You know, a guy with 9 lives? Jesus. Yeah. They need to keep. Yeah, they probably need to lock him up just to protect him from himself. Yeah. So, you know, if you know, it's like that Lionel Richie song. You know, they could do once, twice, 3 times a lady. You know, once, twice, 3 times a bomber.
That guy with the ventriloque, I forgot his name. He should get his puppy instead of the was it Ahmed, the dead terrorist.
Yeah. Well, you're talking about the ventriloquist. Yep.
Yeah.
I kill you. You know.
I kill you.
Yeah.
That was I laughed very hard when I saw it. That's official.
It's a brilliant comedy bit.
Yeah. So. The interesting part is that I don't see any perspective where that is good for Israel. I just cannot understand why they did it. There is no perspective where that.
What? Why they did what?
Why they posted this, you know, they like, oh, see, we are exchanging for the life of our Israelis. We are exchanging a 3-time suicide bomber.
Yeah.
How is that good for you to say?
Well, you know, Israel, these kinds of let's call them lopsided exchanges have been going on for years. And it's really the primary motivation why groups like Hamas and Hezbollah have taken hostages. The West cleans up the language and calls the people that Israel well, so either they're all hostages or they're all prisoners. So pick whichever language you want. The hostage one is far more emotional. Mm-hmm. But that it's exactly why Hamas grabbed the number of people that it did on its October 7th attack. That was the purpose. Because in the months leading up to that, Israel had been grabbing and taking hostage Palestinians. But unlike Hamas did it for the purpose of getting an exchange. Israel was doing it just for the purpose of, exterminating Palestinians, get them off the streets, pick up women, put them in prisons where they can't reproduce, where they can't have babies. So it's just sort of this has been a long-standing Israeli tactic. And, now, you're seeing you get four female Israeli soldiers released and in exchange for 300 Palestinians. And when I actually looked up the numbers. It's, there were Hamas took a total, prior to October 7th, a total of 19 hostages between 2000 and 2021. Or 2020, summer of 23. 19. So that's almost like one a year. Whereas the Israelis were picking up a minimum of 1,000 or more per year. Now you can say, well, they're trying to prevent terrorism, except the number of terrorist attacks didn't come anywhere close to matching the number of people that were being taken off the street. Some of it was just pure viciousness, being capricious. Others were selected, designed to try to disrupt the ability of the Palestinians to organize and carry out opposition to the Zionist state. So, here what we've seen now, though, over the ensuing 15 months since the Israeli retaliation for the October 7th attacks, is that Hamas, principally through the Al-Qassam Brigade, has fought Israel to a standstill, despite Israel's lopsided advantage in terms of air power, armor, artillery. The Israelis actually have taken a beating. And that was on display the other day when the hostages were released. They were surrounded by jubilant, uniformed, they were wearing crisp-looking uniforms, members of the Al-Qassam Brigade. That was, if that wasn't a poke in the eye to the Zionists, I don't know what was.
Yeah, and plus the perspective, and I think you also mentioned this. I had a live stream this weekend where I showed the videos of the military women being released. Well, the second video, because there was already 3 women released in the middle of the week, and then later on another 4. And both of the videos, they were very, the women looked well treated. They looked well fed. They were not, skinny, or they just looked nice. Of course, that's perspective. And one thing that was amazing for me is they gave her gifts. They gave them gifts.
Yeah, they got a gift bag. Yeah,
a gift bag, keychains.
Yeah, that still doesn't take away the sting of being taken hostage. I'm not in favor of either Hamas or Israel taking people hostage. It's one thing if you've committed a crime and charges are brought against you and you have a chance to defend yourself. But that's not how this is done. And candidly, that's not how it's been done in the United States either of late. They did it, when you're involved with political persecution. We've seen it in the United States in droves against the people alleged insurrectionists of January 6th. So, it's not fair to just condemn Israel or Hamas. The United States is as guilty of these kinds of misdeeds as anyone. But I did take note of the fact that those 4 Israeli soldiers, the female soldiers, they were speaking in Arabic, and they did a TikTok video of them thanking their captors in Arabic. Shukran, shukran. So they didn't have a gun pointed at their head, and you can tell when something is contrived. This was not contrived, and it's a credit to Hamas that they kept the ladies alive, despite intense, indiscriminate bombing by Israel in the preceding 15 months. Remarkable.
Yeah. I think what called more my attention was that the perception that we end up having is that, of course, I mentioned this in my live stream. It's terrible. I wouldn't like to be, prisoner or captivity in any case, but there was some. They showed humanity. I don't know what they did. I even mentioned that I don't know what they did while they were in captivity, but they show humanity on the exchange. Right. I haven't seen the videos of the Palestinians being released, their condition, all that. Well, not this time.
I've seen some of their videos. Yeah, the conditions of these people, they've been through hell. Some of them can barely walk. They have more the appearance of the Jews who were released from concentration camps in Germany, like Dachau, Bergen-Belsen, Sachsenhausen. Then, the Zionists really are behaving like Nazis.
Yeah. Well, Let's hope that this endure a little bit. The images of people going back to Gaza, to their homes, it's a little relieving. Let's hope for the best. Always
Yep.
waiting for the worst as well.